You got your pitch ready?
Yep, got it all tight.
We have some incredible ideas for you.
What's your name?
Come on, you know us.
Don't try and play me. We want you to be a part of the business.
Yeah, we want to use your fame and your talent and your money to make us blow up. So I got this idea. It's for everyone who gets mad out there. One-on-one original idea, the best apparel they can wear, mad socks.
What do we
No.
think at 10%?
Leave.
200. So mine is a all gold mustache company. You know, you're the gold guy, I'm the mustache guy. So we can do 10% of the company for 400,000, and it's a collaboration.
Seems like
You can stop talking to me and it's done. No.
it's done.
It's a done deal?
No. You're done. You're over.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
James.
And we have with us here today Daymond John. He is a founder of FUBU, an investor, a shark, and his new book, Little Daymond
Learns to Earn.
It's out now.
That's right, it's out now.
And you brought Little Daymond with you?
Yeah, you know, I hang out with Little D.
There he is.
I didn't bring my top hat. I usually actually wear a top hat. It's pretty hot in here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Can you do the ventriloquism and all that stuff?
Nah, but you know why I wear it? Because when I'm talking to those kids out there, this is the first book of its kind. I'm talking to little kids out there, they don't care about any $10,000 Tom Ford suits I'm wearing on TV. So as I relate to them, I wear the top, and they're like, oh, you do magic? Yeah, I do magic. Okay. I become successful.
There we go. Make $1 out of 15 cents.
That's right.
That's magic, baby. We're going to talk about your sneakerisity. The first thing we want to talk about, though, the shoes everybody has on feet. So, Welty, please tell us what you're wearing.
Worn these before, but haven't worn them on the show. Our good friend, Joe Freshgoods, New Balance 993. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to cook up this year.
Okay.
Shout out to my good people, Ama Manier, Mr. Whitner, the whole team over there. Ama Manier 12s. You know, these look great to me. These are one of my favorite Ama Manier drops.
Some Y3s.
Hey.
The extra tall Yojis. I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like them too. You know, I need a thick heel. I'm 5'7" and a half. I need to make sure I get that app in there.
I feel like you got the bat boots on today, sliding through Gotham with these,
Yeah,
right?
baby. Yeah, you know.
Ready for it.
I'm doing the lava domes right now. Sometimes you got to put on a pair of shoes that are older than yourself. So,
Vintage, right?
yeah, these might crumble on my feet today while we're here, but it's going to be well worth it.
Nice.
There you go.
Damon, those are a pair of sneakers that you like, but what's the most regrettable sneaker purchase you ever made?
I think it was my Gucci, maybe about 2000. I bought a couple of them, and they had that normal white plain
So.
bottom that didn't bend because they were just throwing the base on everything. And I was like, why my feet hurt? I don't want these anymore. I mean, it was like walking on a plank of wood.
I'm Trinidad James.
You just chuck them?
Yeah, I got rid of them.
Not your best investment.
Nah, not my best investment. I mean, I could have sold them, but I was just irritated by it.
All right, guys, let's talk sneaker news. The first piece of sneaker news we want to discuss is Nike coming after Kool Kai in a counterclaim, saying that he is a quote-unquote serial copyist and that there's nothing cutting edge about his work. Daymond, have you paid any attention to all this litigious activity from Nike coming after smaller designers who are making these copycat shoes?
I have not. I mean, you know, listen, at the end of the day, they have to protect themselves. I mean, we have had in our past, we've had some FUBU sneakers that the designers may have got inspired by shoes that we didn't even know existed. They have normally sent us something that said, please stop first, you know? And, you know, we did.
Yeah.
So if you keep infringing on somebody's property, they're gonna have to stop you.
Take you to court.
No
We're
reason.
fighting if they,
Why don't you be your own creator? Why don't you create your own stuff?
Did you ever go after people who were trying to knock off FUBU?
The counterfeiters come from various different places, right? So first of all, at a factory, they're making 10% of their own goods that you
Like
have.
shaving off the top of what?
Shaving off the top. Then you have the ones that just bring in a bunch of shirts and go, like they can bring in 2 million shirts and they
start
go,
printing,
oh,
yeah.
FUBU, Ralph Lauren, Nike, and they push it out a different way, right? And then you got people locally who are doing it. So what you normally would do is you would spend more money fighting it than you would ever make.
It's almost like good marketing for your brand if there's.
It is good marketing, but you know what happens a lot of times when they keep doing it and you may have moved on, somebody sees that and says, damn, that shit is whack. Who was whack? You know, when I grew up, you could wear blank stuff, and you didn't get clowned. Today, a kid goes to school, if they don't have something on it that kind of says something, well, now they get clowned. So they either get counterfeit or they...
Or if you have the fake FUBU. Wasn't that the episode of Atlanta where you showed up with the fake FUBU
you
on?
get counterfeit, right? Because your mom's buying you stuff. They don't know.
She don't know better.
They don't know.
My
they
mom
don't
doesn't know
better.
shit.
You know,
Or
so-
how high they had the Bufu by us fucking.
Yeah, they how high they have bullful. They have,
funny.
they have a whole bunch of type of stuff out there. But you know, end of the day, I'd rather that problem than not having anything at all.
Kai, I've rocked his kicks before on this show. I'm cool with that, brother. His approach to me is very anti and very rebel and very punk. And the approach is what I like because he doesn't give a damn. And to me,
Clearly.
you're right. You know, like they used a good one as an example here in this picture. What it kind of stemmed from was the non-availability of the Air Jordan 1 to consumers in communities that want to own the shoe that can't get it because everybody else is doing the shoe. So this brother was like, well, I'm gonna make a shoe that you can get, and people are lining up to buy the shoe.
But you can't say that he's not knocking them off. I think like he's like the whole kind of like case is like, no, I'm not really knocking them off, but it's like he's knocking them off.
I don't know. I don't
See you
know.
in court.
Because I see so many shoes. To me, everybody knocks everybody off when it's streetwear has a bootleg culture in it, or whatever, from Dapper Dan days and just period. I look at this as the nuance per se of modern day that. Now calling them a serial what?
Serial copyist.
Serial copyist and no original designs at all, like you know, coming at them like that. Nike say something like that about a young designer. I felt like that was a low blow, but hey, they say at this point they're saying how they feel.
Next bit of sneaker news: Adidas has their big Yeezy conundrum. Obviously, Kanye West no longer affiliated with Adidas, but they have millions of pairs of Yeezys sitting somewhere in a warehouse that they're trying to figure out a way to sell them or a way to get rid of them, what to do with them. The new CEO said they don't know. Do they take the Yeezy logo off? Do they burn the product? Do they give it to the less fortunate, which I think is maybe the best
What
option.
would you do with the leftover Yeezys?
I'll give them the less fortunate. The theory on why this was stopped was because, or why the division happened was due to some anti-Semitic stuff,
Yeah.
right? So now I'm a retailer. I take in something that was based off of an anti-Semitic thing, well then, am I supporting that?
Does it align you with those values?
And so I'm not making a case either way, but I'm saying that it has touched a chord that is very, very sensitive.
When it comes to the designs that Yeezy brought to Adidas, they had nothing like this before. Nothing at all. And Adidas is the shit. With these shoes that's left over, they should, no matter what, at least give away 1 million pairs. But brother Daymond, I want to get into, on a lighter note, I want to get into your sneaker history. Like when is a memory or your first sneaker memory that you have when sneakers kind of first mattered to you?
Well, sneakers didn't matter as much to me when I was a kid and we had Pro Keds, right? Because that was just the sneaker, right?
Yeah.
And then I ended up buying my first pair of Etonic.
You ended up relaunching Etonic as well?
Yeah, we own Etonic now. Kangaroos. But I think when I first started really buying sneakers was, let's say, you can only hear hip hop on 12 to 1 on Friday nights and Saturday nights. I was around 12 years old, so that was around 1980. It was at that time, so you had to get your tapes ready to hear the first real Roxanne thing or everything else like that. At that night, you would just stay home, re-dye your Pumas. You would dip your laces, and then you would iron them out, and then you would checkerboard them. And those were the 2 hours that you would just stay home and you put your permanent creases in your pants, and those are the times and hours that you'd be able to concentrate on hip hop, create how you wanted to look for that week. I'm from Hollis, Queens, so
Run DMC.
when they came out with Adidas, and I remember them sending a bus to Hollis, Queens, and it was a free trip for the first rap tour in the world, and we went in there. We all had on Adidas, and everybody just threw their Adidas in the air. We're in the garden barefoot.
Wow, yeah.
I was there at those
You were
moments.
there for that iconic moment?
And this is a funny story, right? Because I'm gonna tell you who was on the tour. It was me and another kid who said, "Oh, I want to really do well in music," and another kid, and we were all about 14 or 15, and another kid who said, I want to really do well in videos. Another kid who was a drug dealer. It was Run DMC was headline, but it was Run DMC, Fat Boys, LL, Public Enemy, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim.
Wow, incredible.
And we were on that tour, so we all grew up in, and I said I was gonna be the biggest of fashion. So that was me, Hype Williams, Irv Gotti, and our boy who was a drug dealer. Hype wrote the movie Belly about, and he just came home. It was all of us at that point on that tour. So hip hop has been. We were roadies.
Crazy.
We were just
Incredible.
pushing.
That's
incredible.
Around.
What the hell?
It's like Voltron.
And that was,
Mount
and it was an
Rushmore.
honor to go on it. So we kept moving around on tours. But yeah, I have a deep history of hip hop and sneakers and the love of it. And
I want to know, when FUBU was really blowing up in the 90s, did you have any conversations with sneaker brands? Was there any talk of them investing or collaborating? I know you met Phil Knight at one point. Were you in conversation with those brands?
I didn't want to talk to him because when we started coming out, we realized that the Pantone colors of what we needed to sell our goods, we needed a match what Nike and all those companies had. So if you get a stack of $30,000 and go over and get a brown bag and give it to one of the designers of Nike, they would give us the Pantone colors. So magically, we had burnt orange.
Oh, wow.
When
To match the forces. Yeah.
the
That's
burnt orange
incredible.
sneakers came out. So we would do
Buying
that.
the trade secrets.
We would
getting
do
the
it for 4 or
exact
5
shade.
years, and we didn't want to talk to them at all. We just wanted to magically know.
I'm good.
Was that stressful to like have to like set up all those like under?
No, you got
underwear?
30,000 in cash. There's no stress.
Brown paper
Designers
bag
like, yo,
money.
I'm making $60,000 over here a year. You got $30,000.
For a
I'm gonna give you the Pantone and all
I
the
need is the
colors
hex
you
code?
ever want.
Throw it. Let's go. How the Pantone.
But you did meet with Phil Knight once,
I
right?
met with Phil, and actually one of my close friends is and he wasn't, I didn't know him then, is Larry Miller.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Actually, FUBU, we did a collaboration with Puma for the 50th anniversary a year and a half ago. But yeah, I mean, we worked with him one way or another.
They just didn't know it.
Daymond, you alluded to it earlier. I think a lot of people are, cognizant of the FUBU Jordan lookalike-ish shoes that, I mean, you do sell them at Walmart for like a lower price point, so you get, people who aren't of means who can afford the shoes. But you talked about, getting the cease and desist, or emails or cease and desist orders.
Yeah.
Can you go into that deeper, what that was like? I know there was like Jordan 3s or shoes with cement print.
When you have a large company and you have licenses, a lot of times the designers are influenced by other brands and they have no idea where they got this influence from. I'll give you an example. We're the only brand that owns the trademark of a number because we always wanted it to be 5 of us. It was 4 of us. But in 1993, we trademarked 05 on jerseys because 05 didn't exist. So now all of a sudden, people start putting 05 on a jersey, not knowing where they got influenced by. Well, we have to say, hey, you have to stop. He sent us something that said, please stop. When you're talking about a younger designer, right, that is clearly influenced by something and they are going out of their way to make the exact same of a category you're in, that's different because you know that person is doing that. Right, on purpose. When you're talking about a 19, 20-year-old, 25-year-old, they came into the market, they couldn't care less or know what Burberry is, right? But all of a sudden they see this great pattern, and Burberry and Pucci and Coogee, my brand, we all have a trademark on the pattern, but they just put the pattern out because it's cool. Well, first you send a cease and desist, please stop. Because they didn't mean any harm. And that's the difference of you on purpose created this shoe that's iconic. You on purpose decided to only make 10,000 pairs so you don't flood the market and somebody buys it because it's of value. I'm on purpose gonna copy that same thing in the market. Well, I have a duty to the people that bought it to protect it.
Facts.
And some people just want to sue everybody for no reason.
Is that a big headache though, like dealing with such a massive retailer like Walmart, where it's like the shoes are everywhere, then all of a sudden you're like, hey, we can't sell these anymore. Did they burn the product?
Oh, no, well, you usually ask, can we get rid of them? And/or we didn't know, and we will give you a percentage of what equates to if we were to license your brand. And often, you know what they'll say? Give it to charity, stop.
Oh, wow.
But listen, Nike's always been, to me, they've always been on the right side of a lot of issues, and I respect the brand, I respect the people over there. I don't have any dog in the fight over here. I'm just telling you what I think.
You're not biased. It's not like. When it comes to the difficulty between creating sneakers and apparel, is there one that's harder than the other?
Oh my God. Sneakers is the hardest thing, period. Why?
Talk about it.
Molds and lasts.
Talk about it.
Well, first of all, forget all the SKUs. You got somebody putting 200 pounds on top of something, and it needs to be, you know, stylish. So what happens is then you have fabrics that are rubbing against it. Will it bleed? You know, you have so much going on. I mean, Nike almost put, I forgot what country, damn near out of business because the adhesive was not strong enough, and these sneakers were exploding. You know, when I was coming up, the sneaker culture was different. We bought sneakers and we loved them, and it was about, you know, being cool. What you guys do here to talk about the ability to flip them, the investment, the creativity behind them, it is somewhere I'm really proud that it's gotten to, but you're talking a science here. There's a science, there's a business, there's a feel. It wasn't like that when I first started.
Does it feel alien to you now that there's this whole different part of sneaker culture?
It is a little alien. I'm pissed off because you know how much money I would have made if I just kept all the sneakers I was buying. Man.
Have you ever resold sneakers?
I never did, but I love this because I didn't have anything to resell when I was a kid, but now you have the ability to have a kid who loves a culture, get online and talk to other people who love a culture, buy something they wear once or twice or never, and they get to, you know, as we're talking about, they get to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. I mean, you could talk about sneakers forever here.
I don't have any other skills.
Huh?
All right. This is my only skill.
And you don't need to.
Nice.
Speaking of investments, how's Moves doing? The slip-on brand.
They really exploded during the pandemic because people were...
That was the perfect time for them.
Yeah, they needed to come in. They needed to take their shoes off from outside, take the bottoms off from outside. And so really great guys. I love the business.
When did you first invest in them?
A year and a half before the pandemic, 19.
Yeah, looking like a genius right now.
You touched on it with the whole resale market nowadays. Like, how good do you think it is for like the younger people to invest in shoes to try and sell them?
It is only important for you to invest in what you're absolutely obsessed with. It doesn't matter what it is.
We just need some regulations or something like that. It's a wild market out here.
But see, here's when I know when to shut up, because I would leave it up to you, because you would say where the regulations need to be.
Yeah.
It's not something I know, but the JD
That sounds
Powers.
like a job for Brendan Dunne.
Honestly, the JD. Listen,
I'm snitching on everybody.
if you guys are young enough or old enough, right? Siskel and Ebert never made a movie, but they were the world's best movie critics, right?
which off of movies.
And so, and if you didn't get the Siskel and Ebert mark, tough for you, right? So why don't you create the governing body of sneakers?
Yeah, I'm very much working on it.
There you go.
What would you say to that young entrepreneur? When I say young, I'm talking about like 16 to 21, like the ones is like they're precious.
Yeah.
What is a bit of advice that you would give to them in their journey, in this beginning of their journey?
First of all, that's why we're here to talk about little Daymond John. You got to learn it in an earlier stage.
Yeah, get it before that. They got to buy the book.
Well,
When
yeah,
they're a bit,
their parents got to buy the book, so when they're 5, 6, they get up to that level and understand.
Right.
I gotta tell you, 3 people have come on the Shark Tank that I've done deals with, and when they got off of Shark Tank, somebody else sent them a cease and desist. And they got all the traffic that they had to come to their company.
Oh man.
It got snatched by somebody else because they didn't own the trademark. As a young kid who's thinking right now, I want to go and create a business. Well, you got to do your homework first. How do you set it up? Don't spend any money. Just follow on Instagram 20 accounts to talk about how to start a business.
Yeah.
And don't even buy anything. Just keep
They
rolling
exist.
through
They
it.
definitely exist.
The same way you're looking at sneakers and traveling and food, you know what, after about a year, you'll be like, yeah, I don't need a DBA. I needed something. Because you'll get a natural
soaked
feel
up
of it.
some of the game.
Yeah, you'll get acquainted with it.
Hey, I mean, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible
what?
they did or said. We punish them.
Uh-huh.
This week it is me because I called our last guest the wrong name to his face, so I have to take these shoes off from Champagne Poppy. Tom, I gotta know. Are you? Bert, I gotta know. Keep that in. I'm worried about taking these off because these are like a good 36, 38 years old, and they might fall
You
apart
gonna
on me.
keep telling us how old them little
What's wrong with
Nikes
those? Those look good. What's you're being punished?
Yeah.
It's like something out of like Skeletor's personal sneaker collection.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I would have bought that quick.
You see what I'm saying?
I'd be like, yo, let me two of those, man.
You can have them if you
and
want
that is the
them.
thing about it.
I'm gonna rock them, man. I'm gonna have them. Like,
Right after me?
right after you.
You smell it. You
whatever,
want to
you know
smell
what I'm
it?
saying?
You can go
Like,
buy
Really?
the CH
Yeah.
What? You can do by the smell?
Yeah, you just know. It's like a
they
good
do
wine.
actually, like
You know
cheap
what I
shoes
mean?
have a certain
Yeah,
smell
I got
to
it.
them.
I
The
understand that.
full-bodied red. This ain't that. This is yellowtail right here.
You see that?
Franzia.
So this is what we call a symbiotic relationship. That's how you remain a shark. You keep getting educated. You know, and I appreciate it.
Right. Nah, that's real.
Straight up.
We also do a segment on the show called Drip, Flip, or Skip.
Got it?
Drip meaning it looks good. Flip meaning it's a resale or not. And then Skip meaning you don't fuck with it at all.
I feel like you're the first guest who's gonna hit the flip on everything just to.
Oh no, I'm gonna be dead ass wrong about everything. Let's go. Let's go.
So my first shoe in Drip, Flip, or Skip is going to be the Soulbox Time Adidas Ultra Boost 1.0. Welty, this is a shoe that reminds me of how me and you first started on this couch.
Yeah, Adidas.
What we got?
I know Soulbox isn't the old Soulbox. Shout out our friend Hikmet. But we have a good friend Alyasha over there.
Alyasha.
Ultra Boost, not my favorite shoe anymore, but I would kick around in these.
What happened? Why did you leave him alone?
Trends change, man, right?
Damn.
But these are pretty good, so I'd wear them. Drip.
Okay.
Yeah, this takes me back to that era, 2016, 2017, right? And I'm a little biased because I'm friends with them too, but I like these. This is Drip.
Damon?
Yeah, you know, so my daughter says that I'm getting so old that I dress for comfort over style. I'm gonna take those, and I'm gonna drip those.
Yeah, this is
because
comfort
I feel
and
like
style.
I'll walk forever on those.
This for me is a skip. I have to keep my same energy.
Skip?
That's fair.
I gotta be a skip.
That's fair.
For me, I love comfort. I love it a lot more hanging around you guys because you guys wear shoes that I wouldn't naturally.
What does that mean?
wear. No, I mean, we had this
guys.
conversation.
What do you mean,
I mean,
you guys?
like, before Joe became a killer, before Soleil became a killer at New Balance. At New Balance. You know what I'm saying? It was Welty who was the first Joe Freshgood, Soleil at New Balance. Comfort is style.
Yeah.
Because when you find that happy medium between both, oh my God,
That's
like
true. That's
you're
true.
in God mode. And that's why New Balance is killing now, because in reality, everybody wants to be comfortable.
It's like Butch Cassidy said, I got vision, the rest of the world needs bifocals.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Butch Cassidy quotes that came out. Moving forward, our next shoe is going to be the G-Dragon times Nike Quando 1 Panda. You know, David, I'm going to start with you, my brother. How do you feel about this shoe? Drip, flip, or skip, sir?
Oh, I've never seen though. Is that golf slat? What I mean?
That's the question I have.
It's like a broguing on it.
Like, where are we
wingtip.
going in these, you know? I'm not going to a wedding in these.
I think I'm too spoiled because I don't need to flip. I got it, but I actually like it. So that's a drip. I like that.
It's a skip for me. It reminds me of like a Nike 6.0 style or something. If I'm coming to the function, I got the loafers on. I got the Belgian loafers on.
Okay.
Bernie Madoff style.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a shoe you'd wear a suit with, but it's almost like Cherry Poppin' Daddies, like Zoot Suit and Zoot Suit Riot.
Throw the mask
that
on like
means
Jim Carrey.
It's a skip for me.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, I hear you. This shoe is a big drip for a person like me.
What's the fit looking like?
I see these so many different. I see these with like Japanese, like big harem pants or whatever. Like a summer. Oh, you know I love Issy. I'm Issy daddy.
What about some?
You know what I'm saying?
What about some PGA Tour dad socks?
Yeah.
Of course, dad socks all day. Moving forward, take it to my city. Nike Dunk Low ATL. I'll start myself. I'm not gonna go against the city. This is a drip.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that. This is not really.
Going against the city?
No.
This reminds me
I
of-
made ATL jerseys. Woo! I was killing them. Don't get me wrong.
colorway reminds me of
ATL in
FUBU
Houston and Detroit, New York were my best cities.
I feel like you did a FUBU jersey, 05 jersey, the same colorway. It gives me that.
Every color that ever
Like
existed.
the red.
You only had to pay $30,000 for the.
No. That wasn't 30,000. That was a.
The red up top
phase.
with the fade.
That was a. They let it open the floodgates.
Do you remember the first colorway you made in that jersey?
So what happened with the 05 jersey is inspiration. Simeon Rice, football player, comes in and we're chilling. And you're like, okay, guys, take our jersey. And we're like, all right, meet all the football partners, right? Next week, for some reason, we come in, we're all at the water cooler. Every one of us got on the jersey. Simeon Rice jersey, white, red numbers. I ain't got to pay him no royalty, dog. We realized at the time a kid who didn't necessarily want to relate to a team and we would flip the colors again to match, right? We also realized at that time MTV was blurring any logo if you didn't advertise, they wouldn't blur a number.
Oh.
Now all of a sudden,
Galaxy
we
brand.
slipped up in the video, it never got blurred. And then now we had the liberty of being able to flip a jersey any color. White with green letters, green with blue letters, and it can match the sneakers against. And so when that slowed down, we were like, all right, no problem. So all of a sudden, any given Sunday is being shot, and LL's like, hey, I want one of those jerseys, but I want you to tie-dye it. And we were like, whatever. He's on the whatever, right? This one scene where he's in this tie-dye one, and the phone just went on fire, and we were like,
You?
ship flip them. And, it was on again. It was on again, boy. I'm still spending money from then. From those jerseys.
They keep bringing me back.
Is it safe to say the jersey was the best seller
We
of all the
sold
pieces?
80 million. Now there's a good and bad to it. You sell a couple of them, that's good. You sell 80 million, and people see it, and after a while they go, yo, I ain't trying.
I'm not special
I ain't
no
trying to be a
more.
part of the crowd, right? So it's a give and
Right.
take on a lot of those things.
Brendan Dunne.
I feel like I have to ask you permission to wear this shoe because I've only been to Atlanta
You
once.
check in with Trinidad?
Am I allowed to wear this?
No, actually.
So here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I like
Tell us the
Atlanta.
thing.
I like Atlanta. Love this man, right? I feel like Nike should have gone a little harder for an Atlanta dunk. That's all. I feel like they could have done a better. I don't know what the story is behind this, but just seeing it, I'm not like, oh man, that's like the craziest shoe that everyone's gonna love. I feel like this shoe doesn't really hit that target. So it's a skip because I want them to do better Atlanta sneakers.
And I'm happy that you said that.
Yeah.
What you say, I agree with every aspect of it. It's like, bruh, we're talking about one of the flyest cities in the South, if not
No, in the world.
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, who is designing this shit, man? Like, come on, man. Where my boy Chaos at, man?
It's like what Paul Wall said about the Houston shoes. They should have checked in with Houston before
Like,
they made them.
bro, what's up, bro? Like, what y'all be doing, bro? Like, god damn. Anywho's, my brother Daymond, we also do outfits on this segment. And there's no better outfits to do than Daymond John outfits, outfit number 1.
Oh,
Come on,
Globetrotter.
Black
That
Tim.
bag. Oh, yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
when. Oh, yeah.
Black Tims.
Globetrotter, yeah. Tim's all day. You remember FUBU was actually created because Timberland had said, we don't sell our boots to drug dealers. The real reason why hip-hop and we were buying Timberland when they first started was not because it was the best boot in the world. That Timberland suede, the initial one, it held a dye 3 separate times. I can re-dye it 3 separate times. So now I buy one pair of Timberland, I can have them 4 colors. And then if you live on the East Coast, we're in Timberlands with Speedos at the beach, right? And you
wanna see that
and you
photo.
call me a drug dealer, right?
Right.
But that was me celebrating and giving homage to one of the companies that we were really passionate about. We did 3 separate brand collaborations.
Yeah.
One was Fat Albert and the Gang,
Yep.
right? A lot of people don't know also Muhammad Ali had a cartoon. And then, of course, the Harlem Globetrotters.
I mean, so I must ask, this is a drip, flip, or skip when you see this picture?
Man, I should go back to that. That's definitely a drip. I need to wear that piece today.
You still got it?
Oh, I still got that piece. Of
Come
course,
on,
man.
there he is. Look at
100%. 100%.
Amazing.
No, this is a drip just because of what the Timberlands mean to you, and I think that story that you told of the taboo around them and how you finally bought the pair to break through.
I don't know where you found that picture, man.
You went digging.
The internet is a hell of a place.
Super nostalgic photo. Brings me back to 13-year-old myself going to Macy's and buying FUBU t-shirts and people being like, what the hell are you wearing at the time in New Hampshire? Drip.
Yeah, this is a drip. Like, Platinum FUBU holds a special place
Open
in my
Pandora's
heart.
box for you.
That's the thing about FUBU. When you say for us, by us, it's like my first FUBU was fake because that's what my parents would buy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't know any better. And it felt like real FUBU. And I was fly, like how fly I am now in people's minds. It stemmed from how much bad clothes and shoes I had as a kid.
Right, you were in the
bro,
trenches,
it's
like
my
you had to
parents
go
was
through it,
buying
yeah.
the worst stuff. My parents were buying the worst stuff. But the worst stuff.
I
Like
feel you.
Tommy,
Hey, man.
terrible. Outfit number 2. There you go.
Oh, where was I there?
Talk to me. Where is this? I want to know.
I don't know, but I got that FB piece. I got the shells on. I got
Run DMC. Like,
I got the I got
this is a
look right
you know
here.
what? I was somewhat CNN films. I was at a hip hop. Oh, there you go. Fresh dress. So my homage to Run DMC, fat gold chain, Adidas hat, gazelles, leather jacket. We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight, but I gotta tell you one thing, this is my house. When Run said that on the stage, it changed my life that day. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I couldn't rap, couldn't sing, I couldn't dance, I couldn't produce.
I don't have any other skills.
But when I saw that man say that, and he looked like me, walk like me, talk like me, that was the moment of my life that I said, I'm gonna make it in hip hop, and I'm gonna make it different because I'm just gonna dress everybody. 80 million.
Amazing.
Oh, that's drip all day.
Okay.
And that's another homage to Jam Master Jay.
Yes.
That is drip all day.
Yeah, I can't go against classic Adidas. It's not in my DNA, so drip.
That's a big drip. You know, you said you had a lot of superstars on stage in the building, but you got the superstars on feet too, and that's what's important. And you know, I love this exact outfit. This to me feels like in a few millennia from now, when we're dead and gone, and you open a history book and you see like, this is what the people from Hollis, Queens dress like. This is the uniform, you know what I mean? It's like the traditional garb of the people from here, you know? I love it.
Yeah, this is a drip. It's such a classic silhouette. I mean, leather, gazelles, and it's the most amazing thing. This is a big drip. Last and not but not least, just take it to the big pool. The game. The boys are back in town.
This was the history that I got to be with my partners. You know, we kind of we debated with Puma because I said, yo, man, I'm 50 years old, man. Ain't no kid trying to dress like no 50-year-old man. Like, that's not, you know, but it is us paying homage to the brand of, like I said, that we would spend those nights when the only time you can hear hip hop, and it's the Magic 12 to 1, and/or these guys out of Long Island named Chuck D and Flavor Flav had a show on college radio that you could hear. They did a deal with us as their 50th anniversary. So that is a big drip, but if it wasn't that and you saw all 4 of those guys trying to be hip, that would be a skip. But right now it's a drip.
Who was the person that was always the most inspirational? Like, you know, when everybody's like down and don't know where to go, it's like somebody just like, let's do this.
Every one of us, when one of us didn't wanted to quit, the other wouldn't. I had the big vision. The guy Jay in the back, he would concentrate. He can concentrate on something forever and say, this is why it'll work. Carl was always kind of like my secondary type of advisor, and Keith, he loved to smoke. So Keith, you know, if you want somebody to sit in the studio with ODB for 16 hours and smoke, or Redman, and be the grimy dude, he was doing. They was like, hey, don't
sign me up.
Yeah, they were like, don't mess with that dude.
Title.
He's the street dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, this takes me back to like 1998, like going to Blockbuster and getting the source and seeing like you guys had like the black and white ads with the 4 of you. It wasn't one of my earliest introductions to hip hop, but like that's like when I really started to like nerd out about it, and just seeing this is like reminding me.
I want to give you a little history on that. You know, it's not like today. When we put that ad out, a lot of stores wouldn't carry it because they said, you look like a gang, and the people who are going to come in to buy that stuff are going to have shootouts in the store or shoplifting. We don't want to carry you. But the small mom and pop shops, the younger men and women who had sneakers were kind of like the first sneakerheads. They said, we're going to buy it. And what happened was 2 years later, when that one store, the big department store, found out that store that had one now had 10 stores in the hood because they were making so much money off this emerging market. They were calling like, oh, yo, we made a mistake. It was a misunderstanding.
But yeah, seeing this as a drip.
Yeah, the laces alone. The laces tell the entire story. The laces.
Oh, yeah, you can see us, right? We're doing our...
yeah. I see it. That's a drip.
Yeah, I mean, come on, look at the pose on these guys, man. Ready for action. For me, one of the main reasons I love this picture is because it shows longevity. It shows brotherhood, and it shows time. And even though you guys have your own personal taste and fingerprint, you guys know when it's time to come together and be that fucking super group of designers.
I gotta tell you one thing, a lot of people don't know that when I had 0 and I stood outside the Magic Trade Show, I couldn't get in. I had $27 in my pocket. Some guy named Carl Kanai walked by me and said, yo, you're one of the FUBU guys. I said, yeah. He said, I said, I don't have any money to get in. I don't know anybody. He said, come inside. I'm going to introduce you to every single buyer I know. So it's Carl Kanai who helped us, too. And I want to make sure you know.
Incredible. Daymond, before we get out of here for the day, we want to breeze through the comments section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube for the past week, which is always a fun time. We have one from Shitty249 saying, your skits are better than 90% of anything SNL did in the last 10 years. That's super generous.
Nice.
Because we're not good actors. Gordon Shumway says, finally started watching this last week, and now it's going in my rotation. Thank you for that. Bob DeBuilder says, absolutely loving these complex episodes. Y'all really stepped it up and are entering some prime championship era entertainment. From an OG fan, thank you for sticking around and keep on pushing. We're going to keep pushing. This has been another episode of Full Size Run. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
T. James, baby.
All right, well, thank you, Pam. You know what, I'm going to close out. I'm going to talk about Little Daymond Learns.
Please.
Yes, come on,
let me explain to you what Little Daymond Learns.
There's no other book like this.
There literally is no other book like this.
How is that possible?
Why? Because I'll tell you why. It shows kids 5 to 10 years old, and you read it with your child, right? And it shows them about how to create a business. Our schools don't teach our kids financial intelligence, and it's antiquated. They teach them how to go to shop and things like that. And then if they don't teach them financial intelligence at 17 years old, they can acquire debt of up to $700,000 for a career they don't know they want to have. This is my three-peat. I changed lives with FUBU, I changed lives with Shark Tank. This is gonna be what I'm known for, by sparking the conversation and teaching these kids these things. Kids are repetitive. You read this every month to your child for 2 years, and then you give it to another family. But when I do this, I'm gonna then call Trinidad James, hey Trinidad, yo, where's your kind of knowledge on how to become an entrepreneur with your sneakers? I'm gonna have the schools saying, Atlanta's school system is doing much better. How come you're not doing that in Chicago? How come you're not doing that here? How come you're not doing that there? And I want to change the system on how children learn to process this information. This is the spark, and this is where I'm going to the grave, and this is going to be my legacy on creating a conversation, educating kids. Thank you guys for having me, and for educating people. You even educated me today. I'm gonna rock those sneakers. I don't care how shit these off.
You can take them if you want them.
They free, I'm taking them.
Let them learn.
Daymond, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick. My
Island boys,
Just hanging out here on the couch.
subscribe. And then we need you, like we always do, every time we sit here. We're the new Outcast, by the way. And ask you to subscribe to our show.
You watched the episode, but your work is not done yet. We need your support now more than ever.
Like all the videos, comment on all the videos, make your whole family watch all the videos, only say good things about us.
Put our show in your stories, share it, recycle it, do it again, start over, watch the first season, catch up.
Family gatherings, just throw it on for any reason.
Island boys.
that's a full size. That's a full size.